Spyro, whatever's going on here. Ah, it's so beautiful. The music is so bloody good, man. Who would have thought? Get Stuart Copeland, the drummer from one of the most important bands of all time. I mean, if you're kind of like, if that list is big, you know, if you go through a lot of the different decades and you pick people out of all of them. Ooh, right on the border. Yeah. Yeah, that's electrifying me. Yeah, it is. It is. It's quite the hitbox. Into the water with you, you son of a bitch. I think what the police did was that they were alternative, using reggae and ska. They were fantastic musicians, but things were catchy, and it wasn't just that. Because their stuff is hard to play. When you're learning guitar and you're learning, you know, Beatles songs, rock songs, and stuff. Songs on the radio are usually quite easy. Although when I was growing up, they were a little more difficult. Now, if you were a kid learning the guitar and the songs you liked were Ed Sheeran, Imagine Dragons, Taylor Swift, it's the easiest stuff in the world. It's just 4 chords. It's usually just boom, 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 boom. It doesn't really matter which 4 chords they are. There's a few variations, but they're generally going to be 4 chords that just kind of circle around the major scale. Run. And then they do kind of a half-tempo thing. Or they sing like babies. I love you. You told me in the water. Anyways, but the police, when you're trying to learn their stuff, it's like trying to learn Led Zeppelin or Incubus. They had some difficult stuff too. Their stuff's kind of like gimmicky and riff heavy. Rage Against the Machine. There's a new band out right now that's like that. They're not that new. The Royal Blood. They're a 2-piece, drums, and the singer plays bass, but he sort of splits his signal so that he can make it sound like a guitar or a bass or a guitar and a bass at the same time, or like a synth. And the rhythms that he plays are fantastic. But what's really impressive is the way that he's playing those rhythms while singing. That's the incredible part. Oh man, this whole area is just a hub? Wow. They make the hub area feel like a really great level. That's really impressive. That really expands on what Mario was doing. Banjo was hinting at that, but Banjo didn't have this much going on. Banjo's hub worlds were interesting to look at, but they were not, you didn't interact with them like you do in a level like this one. This is amazing. Like, I don't even really want to leave this world just yet. Okay, so I know that there's treetops over there. This is such a good game to chill with. And we've got Metalhead over there. That sounds like a boss. Need a key. Ah, man. Really wanted to get all 4 of those. He's a cute little guy, this Spyro. Look how these guys are kind of punky. They're sort of cyberpunky, these guys. They'll die so easy for such big enemies. That's something you don't see so much now. In a modern game, it takes multiple hits to take down an enemy. Multiple shots, multiple melee strikes. You hardly ever see any kind of an enemy that would be dispatched with 1 hit. I'm thinking the crows in Bloodborne. Even them, they take a few hits, and maybe like a big powered up smack. When you're more powerful and you're going back through the older places, yeah, then they can.
I feel so sorry. Maybe once you've rescued 50 dragons, I'll feel a little better.
I'm in charge of your mental health? I'm too depressed to ride my balloon. But I don't need you to ride it. I just hop on your head and go for it. So what's stopping me from taking it? Huh? 46 dragons. I want you to stay. Stay. Oh, I'm in switch mode, where I keep pressing circle as the action button. PS5 controller, being white, gets dirty fast. Gets dirty fast. Gets dirty fast. Oof. God, the music's so good. Yeah, so you've got not just a rock pop musician, and one that is in a band that was considered really important. I don't want to say revolutionary because, you know, reggae. Oh, it's like Dark Souls. The enemies come back. Oh, they're only here for such a short time, these enemies. I just want to soak them in. I kind of wish sprint was on the R2 button. That'd be cool. Can you do that? Can you change controls? Reignited controls. What are the retro controls? Roll right. Charge. R2 rotate camera. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll stick on reignited. Point to treasure. Aww. Point to treasure? Oh, no way. I had no idea. That's interesting. Dragons hate water. Anyways, yeah, I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog was one of the only other games that did that, where they took somebody who was well known, respected in the pop rock world, and had them compose something. And I'm not talking about Michael Jackson either. The original guy they had for Sonic 1, 2. This is, I believe, I know he was a popular musician, you know, composing things for the radio, that kind of stuff. He might have wrote songs for like a boy band or something, I don't know. But the guy was insanely talented. We do that weekly top 20 music show on Wednesdays, and when the Sonic stuff comes on, every once in a while I want to compare it. It's just mind-blowing how instantly catchy it is, and it just puts itself out there. Big bass lines, great drum beats. Everything is just so good, so confident, so much swagger, and it's so effective. You found some treasure, Spyro. Are you happy? Mm-hmm. Here we are. Very quiet. How strange. Alright, chase a stick. Oof. Is that a gorilla to worry about? Okay. Whoa. Let's back up. What's these guys do? Burn them? Yeah, that's it. Such a beautiful enemy. Taken down so easily. Two at a time. Oof, this game looks so good. I hadn't heard of the studio that made this game. Big Brain Studios or something. So I think this guy's just gonna guide me along. I don't necessarily have to chase him around a loop. Because you're not gonna be charging and fire blasting or charging and jumping upstairs. Hey. 1 second, I'll get to you. Can you see me in there?
Let me out, please.
Isaac.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of the supercharge ramp, you can really go far. I'm all over.
I know. You've told me that multiple times, game. Spyro. My name's Isaac, so I'm gonna be talking like this. Oh, there we go. go. You can really go far. Suck it! That bring sound really sounds like it's from a casino or something. Bring, bring. Ho, 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 ho. I haven't even seen those enemies do any kind of an attack yet. Return home. Barely done anything. Where's this guy? How are we gonna get up there? Oh, this thing. No! Oh, I see. Do the jump again? Okay. He needs like quick turnaround. Yeah. Jump! Oh. Maybe I need to do a jump and a glide, maybe? Let's try jump and a glide. Turn around! I wonder how high up you need to go to get the, jump! Glide! I think I found the path on... I had to jump and fly over to another treehouse that had a blue twirly burly. Because we see some more enemies and treasure chests. Always kill all the enemies in treasure chests so you know where you need to go. That's what Insomniac thinks. Yeah, you could be playing that platformer with the gorillas, but... I mean... What's cooler? A fire-breathing dragon or a silly gorilla? I don't think, the gorillas with the arrow through the hair? Nah, they probably could have chosen some different imagery. Doesn't it seem kind of a shame how easy the enemies go down in this game? Make these big, beautiful designs, and you just go BLAM! Oh, got me. Crash Bandicoot was kind of the same, too. Banjo's a little slower paced, so it took, kind of took longer to take down the enemies, so you had a bit more respect for them. Just got back from work, it's time to chill. Well, thank you so much for chilling here. Much appreciated, buddy. I see everyone in our Discord is all about this game, La Mulana. With one of the Metroidvania games we were covering in... from the music. I should give it a shot. The enemies probably somehow look less silly with PS1 graphics. Let us do a comparison. What a great idea. Like, what is that? Oh, we didn't have a lot of detail for the fur. He looks way more like a cave person. Or a jungle person. Rather than a big hairy gorilla. This guy's called Strong Arm. Or Mighty 8. No, I think Strong Arm. Banana Boys. Yeah, they did look way, way sillier, for sure. Actually, they kind of, I don't know, they kind of look silly in their own way in the PS1 version, too. Interesting. He looks terrified. Yeah, one hit and he dies. Well, I have a key, so... Oh, these can take a keyhole, or you can just do this. It truly is a very beautiful remaster.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops.
All the guys in this treetop level, so far, the dragons have kind of like a jive way of talking. Oh yeah. From the dark continent of Africa. Boom! Almost got them all. Doesn't really matter. Sometimes the sound is a bit wonky in this remaster. Like there won't be bass, or there'll be sound effects will be missing. It seems to be affected when the camera's in a different spot. Like the camera, they're trying to do the sound in relativity to the camera. Maybe. Eat shit. The Banana Boys. Oh, finally down. Wow, Spyro's pretty buff. I can see why he became so popular in the weird sexual circles that video games can sometimes create. I'm assuming. Banana Boys. Ooh. Alright, let's see a Banana Boy. Banana Boy. Banana Boy. Banana Boys. Here they are. Yeah, they look way more like people. I'll throw it on screen. So tiny. Alright, Banana Boys. Yeah, I guess they just give them more detail in the fur. But I think they capture the same kind of, like, look, you know? The eyes definitely had way more, like, were a different shape completely in the PS1. They were more, like, vertical, higher. They matched the shape of his nose. Whereas this one, they go for overall more round appearance. Round eyes, round nose. He's got more of, like, a chipmunk kind of beavery mouth to him. They put the gap in his tooth in a different spot. I don't know if all the different ones have different gaps in the tooth. Seems like they have longer hair. Oh yeah, this is one of those games where touching the enemies doesn't hurt you. Oh, he's got some gaps over there too. Like me. He's got a really deep voice. I'm playing the long game. Soon, you won't have any bananas to eat, and you'll all starve. And we'll see. Oh. Yeah, same expression. I'm not a visual artist, so maybe there's some kind of ownership they have over if they're making something new and they don't want to copy it. Because you'd think if you were making a remake, you'd go just copy it and make a remake. But that might be terrible, you know. I was watching an interview with the composer John Bryan. He did the music for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and some other things. And he was talking about how what happens is filmmakers, they use they put in what's called the temp score. You probably know this, where as they're making the movie, filming it, and editing it, when they're looking at the editing process, before they even have the composer make the music, they always have like a temporary piece of music there. But because they've spent so long editing it, they've really fallen in love with that music for that scene, and they cut the music, or they cut the movie to the rhythm sometimes of the music, or the music will fit perfectly in their rhythm. And then they'll sometimes just ask the composers, like, can you just copy this? We just want that. That's what we want. I have a key. Why won't you open? What's the deal with this guy? And then and John Bryan was saying sometimes he's been in tears arguing against the director, saying, like, I just don't want to do this. I don't want to copy what this person did. It's not my... couldn't live with himself to do that. So I wonder if sometimes visual artists in these games are like, I don't want to remake it and make it look exactly like that. I want to have an idea of what a Banana Boy should be. What do I do with this key? What do I do with this fucking thing? Fire? No. This? No. Do I need more speed? Oh, maybe. Maybe I need to be supercharged over there? There's the treasure. How do you open it? So yeah, our suspicions were right. We needed to do a supercharge, which means I need to come back from all the way there. But there's not a quick way to get back there, which is annoying. So I need to fly all the way over here. And that guy that wants the egg, he's up there. I need to go back. That was the thing with these old games. A lot of backtracking. Or maybe actually I could have just tilted, you know? Could I have used that green elevation and just steered myself over? Maybe. Let's try it. Or do we just run over yonder and jump through? Yeah, maybe we could just glide there from here. That's to get back. There we go. Oh no. There's a really nice feeling about the way Spyro just gently floats down. Oh. Someone's like, walk like an Egyptian. Where, how the hell do I get out of, back to where I was? Over there? No, you're not gonna make that. I see, it's the windows. Right. This is where I went before. Good. It's a long backtrack just to open that metal chest. What could possibly be in that metal chest? Definitely not something fantastic. I don't really know what there's to collect in this game other than, like, it's the dragons. Welcome, Prince! Okay, let's get supercharged. Okay. We need to get supercharged, and we need to find that chest. No, this isn't the situation. What's this guy look like? Here we go. That's what we want. I think it's at the end of this one. Yep. Metal chest, metal chest, metal chest. Boom! And it's 10 gems. No, only 200 more. A waste of time. Where's the other dragon? Up there somehow. How the hell do you get up there? Maybe I need to go supercharge, jump, quick left turn, and then make my way over there. I don't care. I'm glad I'm not a perfectionist. That's definitely one of the worst parts of older games is the time between retries. The punishment for failure. So in a game like this, where they want you to really explore and experiment, different jumps and glides, and sometimes you just have to do it to know that that doesn't work. Be cool if they had an indicator on here, like if there were different gems lit up, and I don't know if you had like two of the 3 dragons. Yeah, it's a collectathon like Banjo, but it's slightly different because there's only gems and dragons to get. And they don't really make a big deal about it when you get things. You just get them, and it's over. That's it. I had a key in that level too I didn't use. And then at one point you just decide to leave. But the time between... So I want to experiment and get to that next part. But to do that ramp again, I need to spend another like 45 seconds or a minute slowly making my way around in a very non-intuitive path. Where you want to have the quickest time between retries so that people can stay in a good flow and enjoy the experimentation. Do it again. Do it again. He's a real Donkey Kong up there. A common example I always bring up is from Uncharted 3? Or maybe 2? Where a building is collapsing. Feels like a cutscene. You're in the building starts falling over. You're in a very, like, 20 floors off the ground. The building is collapsing. It was an inside job. The floor is tilted like this. You're sliding, but you're still playing it and controlling it and like shooting guys, and you can die. But every time you lose, it just instantly resets. There's no load. There's no dialogue leading up to the point. It just starts the scene right over, and doesn't get tedious. And it just lets you really enjoy that moment. Helicopter shooting you too? Oh. I just loved Uncharted 2 and 3 because you constantly play moments that you think, I cannot believe I'm playing this, that I'm controlling this moment. And that you've made this a game. And that you've made it so smooth. And then Uncharted does have its sort of like down parts where all of a sudden there's like a bunch of spiritual monkeys running around. Gorillas. I think Uncharted 3 was maybe my favorite. Uncharted 4, pretty close. Except, I think Uncharted 4 needed one more big set piece. The motorcycle chase was phenomenal. And there's another moment I think that they think is a big set piece where you're like climbing up a big clock tower or something. And I feel like that was not, yeah, there wasn't enough there. Oh, yeah, the train. The opening train or the other train? The moving train. But like when you're climbing up that train. that was truly something completely new that worked. You know, it wasn't just a new idea that was kind of clumsy. I mean, it was completely new and totally polished. That's why it's kind of such a bummer that EA seems to have mismanaged Amy Hennig. Whatever that magic was she put into Uncharted. And then I think that EA put her in charge of a team. And, you know, maybe that's not her strong suit. Because he kind of seems to have struggled to release a game over there. There's that theory that you will be promoted until you fail. Because if you're a really good assistant director, you'll eventually become a normal director. But maybe you were the greatest assistant director of all time because you needed that one person ahead of you to make different decisions. Because there's different skills, right? Somebody who's the second in command, they might be like somebody who has a million ideas, and some are sort of like crazy and outlandish. They might need a director above who has the vision to sort of sift through that stuff. Take the really good ideas, leave the bad ones. Spiritual monkeys, yeah, Prince. I think at one point there's like these monkeys or gorillas that sort of awaken from a temple, and I just remember that's when I stopped playing Uncharted 2. They're running all over the place.
Up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
All dragons found. Oh, this is the boss level. Here we go. Wow. Take it in. Just take it in. Bet you in the red. It's gonna blow me away. It's gonna blow me sky high. Okay. Secrets. Prince, have you not seen much of this game? We were talking, or Horky was talking about how some of these enemies looked like you'd be into them. It's a lot of like big muscular arms. Do the dance, Spyro. Do the shocked dance. Fuck. What's my health like? It's a very casual game. There's not a lot of urgency to Spyro. Like, that's it? The music doesn't even change. It's just... Did you enjoy that? Did you? Hope you did. Because it's over. The hell? Okay. Now what? It's a very relaxing game to play. The movement feels incredible. I like his little gallop. Very cute. The enemies are big, luscious designs. It's very similar to Ratchet and Clank. What this game does well is what Ratchet and Clank does well. But this has a more emphasis on jumping and gliding around. And the sort of problem solving, or well, it's less problem solving, it's more just like trial and error of like, how do I get to the right height? So I guess puzzle solving in a way. I'm the same Prince. I remember playing probably like a demo of it on the PlayStation demo disc. You there, little gem. I see you. A whole other place to go. Ooh la la. Apparently there's some kind of glitch you could do in Spyro 1 or 2 where you could press a button at the top of his jump and you get a bit of extra sauce. What if I jump through here? No. 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 Don't do that. Dragons hate water. Well, now you gotta do this again. Green. I got over. Return home. Or keep. You stopped playing after the Snow World? So you didn't play Spyro 2 and 3? That was Metalhead. Okay, so we've done treetops, we've done Metalhead. Don't go in the water. Don't go in the water. I need to have a key or supercharge for that. Yeah, they probably do. Don't these look like steps? And they are. I got the game. I got it digitally actually because it was so cheap on. It was $18 on the PSN store, so I thought I could keep this around. I'm in no rush to play it. Metalhead, we've been there. Treetops. What's that one over there? Something or other. This guy won't let me fly unless I've got 50 dragons. I've been doing good with that 7-day money back guarantee from EB Games. Terrace Village. It's a typo. We meant terrorist. Villa. Alright. 2 dragons. 400 gems. That's just a lot. Yeah, to download 2 and 3. That does, yeah. Why would they do that? Wouldn't fit? That happens with Metal Gear Solid, the collection. Metal Gear Solid 1 was a download, and what else? Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid 1 was a download. Yeah, it's not a very exciting game. It's just like 400 gems. That's too many. You could have less gems and just make it more meaningful. And put them in interesting spots. Like put the gems up there and then you think, how am I gonna get up there? You know? But the thing with Spyro is that it's not about skill. It's not about, do I need to make a series of tricky jumps? It's just literally, where do I jump and glide from? You know, he doesn't have like a wall run. He's not parkouring. So I think that can make it a bit boring. Because it's just an eventuality, you know? It's not like, you don't really feel like you accomplished much. But there's very different gamers. I mean, I was talking to Matthew Owen when we were talking about Zelda. And he was blown away that I said Breath of the Wild was one of my all-time favorite games. I was like, what? Because he likes Spyro. He likes Assassin's Creed. He likes that I just want to cruise through the game. And I want to collect some things, and it feels good when I collect them. And yeah, I guess it's more about like, gotta have them all, you know. The problem is it plays authentically to the PS1. It really, really, really does, yeah. It's a PS1 game through and through. Because it's Insomniac, I like the way that the movement is. Like, I really enjoy the movement so much more than, say, Banjo-Kazooie. But I think Banjo-Kazooie did the collecting part better. It just felt more... Banjo-Kazooie was more like... Yeah, I thought Banjo controlled terribly, but they put you in these levels and they'd show you something, and you'd actually have to think a bit more of like, how am I gonna get that? Whereas this is just, you're gonna jump and glide there. That's what you're gonna do, or maybe you're gonna do a ramp, and you're gonna look at the different. You're just gonna look at the different levels and platforms, and you're gonna figure it out. Only one of them is gonna work. There's also not a lot of flow, you know, you can't... It's not as easy to just, like, run and make it feel good, like you're intuitively bashing around. Yeah, I think actually Banjo would be a better remake because it needed better controls. And maybe, like, a higher top speed and stuff. Whereas Spyro looks a lot better. It's just a relaxing game. I could see people that want the nostalgia really liking this. Looks like the original, but better. Everything is... I mean, the way you take down the enemies, it really feels like everything is exactly the same. Like, this really feels like it's designed for an 8-year-old or something. Oh yeah, he's an adult with a really dark story. He's been blowing fire his whole life, but what comes next will truly burn his soul. I don't want to go in the water. He's never known love. The last woman I kissed, I burned alive. How does that make me fucking feel? How do you fucking feel about it, man? Nicolas Cage. You didn't feel relaxed? Just in purgatory? Yeah, okay, I could see that. See, I'm not a perfectionist, right? I don't care if I get 400 gems. I do feel a slight tinge of like, it's lame. I'm never going to get the 400 gems. It's a strange game. It was them figuring it out. It It was them figuring out the part of rewarding the player
Watch out,
and that
Spyro.
conversation.
The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
All the dragons I've gotten in this world have talked like that. Really stings, Jive Turkey. Come on. You know how it is. No, hand over that jazz cigarette. And they say the same stuff over and over again, and they say things that you've already been encountering and have dealt with. You can press the button to show you where the missed gems are, so it's quite easy, really. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's true. I guess I have no desire to track them down. I don't really find it satisfying. There's one point where Speed Booster has some complexity with making jumps and stuff and getting secrets. You got the dragons, and we're just like, I guess we're done here. Okay, so there was a snow world, speed boosters that had complexity with making jumps and stuff and getting secrets. Okay. Alright. Letting it go like that is what I needed. Right, so your brain was thinking, oh my god, there's all these other things you could have done. Yeah. I guess I just don't feel drawn to do them. But it's like, some of these older games you really do have to kind of make your own pacing and make your own choices with that stuff, right? You're right, Daryl. It goes like this. It's like, go up there, you son of a bitch. And you need to figure out how to get up there. I guess, yeah, I guess it's more of a, I don't think I'm going to be compelled to get the 400 gems. Because I don't... Getting them for the sake of putting the number up is, yeah, it's not drawing me to do that. See those fireworks? Do you? There's one on the ground back where I was. These guys, I guess you need the speed boosting thing to slam into. Fireworks, back where I was. Need an in-game reward incentive to collect things, never just for completion's sake. Mm-hmm. Before the doorway. Before the doorway. Boop, 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 boop. No skydiving? What? Before, as in just where you were. Okay. Looks like there's fireworks on top of there. I think what a newer Spyro game could use is sort of like a parkour thing. If he was running around and he could like sort of jump up and... Which is basically what they did with Sunset Overdrive, right? Which I have not played, but... There's one on the ground. Walked right on it. I walked right on it. Just missed it. Oh my god, you guys are seeing this? Oh, this! This guy! What's that say? Snakes. Okay. That's funny. That's weird. That to me looked like because so far I haven't seen a firework in the game that is just one. So it looks like You know, sometimes when an object in a game gets blown up and then one piece of that object is sort of stuck on the ground? So that's what that looked like to me. That was fucking weird. Oh, there we go. More.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
All dragons found. Do you want to find 223 more gems? I guess so. Yeah, Matthew Owen told me he got the 100% in all of these Spyro games, which amounts to being like 120%, 130%. That happened to me in Mario Odyssey, where the game ends a little earlier than you think it's going to end, and then they make you go back to the worlds, and then there's more challenging ones to find. I don't mind that. Actually, I like that kind of collecting because it was more. It wasn't like get 500 fucking coins in every level. It was there's this many moons, and every time you get a moon, there's something you did, and whether you just discovered it, explored it, performed an action, or did something challenging. So those ones I really liked. But I never finished it. I always liked Mario as a. I tend to like the obstacle course part of it more. I just like to complete that. But I'm not a details guy. Seeing the things in this game reminds me of my life with Stella, and Stella being like, Stella going, bring in the flim-flam from the other room, and I go into this room, and there's like 1,000 different objects. And I can't see it, and she comes in and just, "It's the flim-flam. Why didn't you look around? You don't see the flim-flam?" Sorry, I was a little distracted by everything else. Yeah, but I do like the movement, and I like the personality of it, which reminds me of the things I like about Ratchet. And then in Ratchet, they sort of took the openness out of it for the most part, and made it more of an obstacle coursey thing, more set pieces, and then they made the combat more interesting with the guns and because they're so creative with all the different guns. So it's very fascinating as a relic of Insomniac's development, of them realizing what are we really good at. And then they do it in the same with Spider-Man. They go, sure, we could just make this amazing Uncharted-like superhero game. But what if there were things you could collect all over the city? Wouldn't that be fun? That would be very fun. We think so. Anybody play La Mulana yet? You guys got me thinking I should be playing that. Return home. Isn't that the most casino-y sounding sound? Oh yeah, you were speaking from some knowledge. I got about dragons. I could go find gems. I could. I feel like there were so many platforms back in the beginning. Ooh. Oh yeah, I haven't heard that guy. Have you been hearing him? Not really a fan of Metroidvanias. I loved Hollow Knight because of the incredible combat, the way it felt like a duel, the way it felt like... Because his little thingy is so short, so it's all about timing the distance, and the movement felt amazing. Oh, this is very StarCrafty, this music. What came out before StarCraft? Oh no, it came out the same year as StarCraft. I really doubt that the drummer from The Police was influenced by StarCraft. Was it just a happy coincidence? It is like a very, very cheerful StarCraft. Yeah, light 'em up. Fire bats. Ready to burn. I know. It was just barely on the lip. Wow, what's this guy all about? There's all those platforms back there, but they're so far away. Like this? The music just kicked in a little more. I'm playing with dynamic music and not exploring everything this game has to offer, so I'm probably not hearing a lot of the soundtrack. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That felt like something I'd do in Breath of the Wild, you know? Of like, can I make this glide? That's pretty original and something that still really hasn't been done much in platforming games. Exploring gliding. Feels really good. Oi! The dragonfly is happy. Oh my god, I did it. Why does there have to be so many? Why not just have one in each area? I guess because it feels better to collect more. Like in terms of actual physically grabbing them. Look, the Northern Lights at this time of year in this part of Spyro. Can I see it? SpongeBob and Psychonauts said gliding. Ooh la la. Interesting. I guess I'll leave now. Like, you've gotten all the dragons, you've gotten all the gems. Don't you think the game could have done something like... Chappa-da-ba-ba-da-ba, bang! You did it. Maybe they screwed up with this police drummer. And they go, we forgot to get you to compose little music pieces when you're done the level. Well, that's really a shame, isn't it? Because the bloody police are going on fucking tour. And I ain't making any more bleeps and bloops for you fucking video games. Fuck you. No. No more jingles and jangles and bingles and bangos. Fuck you. More of a Mario man myself anyway. Collecting gems. And then the bloody hits from StarCraft stole all my music. Fuck you.